So today we're going to be calculating the worst possible summons possible. So we're going to start by calculating for, hmm, secret packs, or should we do selection? Let's do selection. So let's see. Let's go to the odds. UR 2.5%, SR 7.50%, rares 35%, normal 55%. Okay. So first let's do a few basic calcs. So I'll go ahead and let's see. Let's go ahead and plug this into the spreadsheet. Let's go UR SR NR. Okay. UR SR R normal. Yeah. Let's capitalize that. How do I access this again? Oh, okay. My mouse just wasn't functioning too well there. So this is 2.50, and this is 7.5, and then this is what was this? Let's see, 35, 55. Okay, then 55, and this basically should add up to 100. Okay. So if we do 100 divided by 2.5, I believe, like this, then we should get, let's see. What is this, like, 20? I think. Or am I mistaken? Well, hold up. I should just pull up a calculator to make sure I make no mistakes. 100 divided by 2.5. No, that's 40. I'm dumb. Okay, good. Good thing I double checked. So that is 40. And then with SRs at 7.5, that would be the same calc almost. So it's 100 divided by 7.5, which is 13.3. Okay. So for our purposes, I guess we can round that down to 13. That's probably fine. So basically, with this calculation, I believe, I don't remember if I'm doing this right or not, so whatever. But if we do 40 times 2.5, that should equal 100. And that, in theory, is about 100%. So 40 is the amount of cards, I think. Well, let me check if it states how the odds work exactly. Odds for cards number 1 to 7. Rare or above confirmed odds for card number 8. SR or above confirmed odds for card 8. UR confirmed odds for card number 8. Okay. So if it's unconfirmed, it'll randomly be something like this, I think, right? Process cards odds. So that's for royal finish, glossy finish, basic finish. Okay, so I think this calculation for the works like for every 40 cards you pull, you should on average get 1 UR. So if you do, so if you do let's go back to here for a second. So if you go ahead and do a 10-pack pull like so, right? Each pack has 8 cards, so that's 80 cards, so you should on average get at least 2 UR cards without even, like, looking at the guaranteed cards. Alright? I think that's about right. And then for SRs, you should gain about 1 SR for every 13. So that's 80 divided by 13, I believe. We'll go 13.3 just because we can. Oh yeah, so in a 10-pack pull, you should be getting about 6 SRs on average. And then we don't really care about normals and rares, honestly, do we? So I just won't do the calcs for that. So alright, let's plug it in. So I guess I should move all of this down though by 1. Oh, wait, I have to pull it from where? Here? Okay. Haven't used a spreadsheet in a while. So then let's go rates. Average cards till, and then let's do oh whoops, what was this one supposed to be? Right, this is supposed to be oh yeah, average per 10 pull, right? Per 10 times, sure, we'll put it down like that. So that's 2, this is 6, this is literally, who cares? But like, I don't know how much dust I have, it's just a ridiculous amount, but whatever. So then we need a deck to base off of, so let's see. What deck should we go with? I guess we can do this list. Sure, let's go with this one. Alright. So we'll base it off of, let's go with this list. Let's count up the URs here. I know there are cards in the structure now, but we'll pretend the structure doesn't exist just so I can get a decent average number of URs, SRs, and whatnot from this list. This isn't even that expensive of a list though, actually. One moment. Let's do a more expensive list, I think. Let's do this one, I think. This one's not legal, but it's fine. We don't need it to be legal for this. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Wait, I miscounted, didn't I? 5, 8, 9, 10, 15, 16, I forgot one, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So let's say, just for the sake of this video, we'll just go for 26 URs here. And then let's go with, how many SRs are here next? Honestly, we won't even bother counting up the rare cards, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 10, 12, 15, 16. Okay, 16. And then, okay, that's 20. So, this deck is pretty expensive. We have 20 SRs here, and 26 URs. Oh mama. Anyways, let's get back to it. So, now, let's just go with, starting off with the average, right? The assumed amount of pulls. So, not all of these cards, of course, are even pullable, some of them craftable, right? Like, for example, Ash Blossom. So you can take either one pull or 3 pull of a UR to get the 1 UR you need out of the, in this case, we'll say 26. So for Ash Blossom, you're guaranteed to require 3. But for example, like a Uni Zombie, you can just pull 1 Uni Zombie and you're good. But let's say you have 3 Uni Zombie, whatever, you pull 3 Uni Zombie, that's about equivalent to 1 Ash Blossom. I guess, right? So hopefully we're all on the same page here. So then in this case, I don't have the secret pack unlocked anymore, do I? No. Alright, so I will go ahead and let's see. Let's go to what was the secret pack called again? It was what was it? Oh, this is a tragedy, I forgot. Haven't been there a while. Oh, right, Abyssal Underworld. So Abyssal Underworld has 4 UR cards, 8 SR cards, 10 rare cards, 18 normal cards. Honestly, not bad. So we'll just use this just to... I don't want to do the exact calculations as that would take way too long, but whatever. You also need multiple copies of the same SRs and URs, so whatever. Okay. So let's go ahead and go back to here. So let's get our numbers straight here. We have 4, and then what's that, like, I believe it was 8, or was it 6? Something like that. I don't think it really matters, but if you want a specific UR, that's a 1 and 4 from the 2.5, so you have to divide 2.5 to a further, let's see, what is this? 0.625. So we'll just put this here for now. 0.625, brutal. And then for 7.5 there, we'll divide 7.5 by 8. Oh, I put that. Okay. No, that's wrong. Isn't it? What? Exhaustion's catching up, boys. Alright, no, wait. That's right. 7.5 divided by... What the hell? Hold on. 7.5 divided by 8 is 0.9375. So we'll just put that here. 375. I will double check real quick to make sure I didn't misinput something weird. That is 2.5 divided by 4. Yeah, we're good. Okay. So now that we have these numbers, right? Well, I guess we can move this for now. This here. This here. Okay. So now you know that there's a 0.625 chance to get the UR card. So now let's do the calculation for the odds of getting this UR card. So, like, let's say you want Uni Zombie specifically from this pack, alright? So that would be, let's go with 80. 80 divided by 0.625, I believe, right? Or is that wrong? I feel like I'm being too tired for this. 128. No, that's not right. We're supposed to do a different calc. Yeah, that looks more correct, but we have to do... What do we have to do? Sorry guys, I'm gonna take a moment. This is just, my brain is melting right now. Okay, what did I do here? Divided by 2.5. It's 0.625. Okay. That's the calc. Alright, so we have to do 100 divided by 0.625. Okay, there we go. So now it's 160. Yikes. 160, and then we'll do the other calc. 0 point... No, wait, that's not what I'm supposed to put in first. 100 divided by 0 0.9375. And we have 106.66666. So we'll just put in 107, I guess. We'll round up there. So if you're hunting for a specific UR, in this case, this secret pack with these odds, you would need to pull about 2 10 times pack pulls or whatever to get a single copy. That's 10 of these bad boys, and then another 10 of these bad boys. And then you have one uni-zombie, basically. Which is just, you know, great. And then for this, you need to pull about 107 cards. About every 107 cards, you might expect to be able to see, like, the SR card you want to find, I believe. Unless I have the number incorrect, but... let's see, is it? No, it is 8 SR cards. Yeah, it's 8. Just checked again. Right. So then, now that we have these numbers, that's not particularly useful. So we'll just take a step back and magically assume you actually do get every single UR card you want, right? Bad chance, right? But whatever. So let's say you need 26 cards, and on average you pull 2 URs, right? So in this case, you won't get the pity, of course. So that's... let's see. You need 26 cards, so that's 26 divided by 2, so that's 13. So... yeah, that's about 13, I think, right? Assuming you magically get every single UR you need, like the exact UR you need, and only the amount you need, so like you get 3 Uni-Zombie, like 2 Doom King Ballad Rock, like 3 Zombie World or whatever, like that kind of thing. Surely that'll happen, but anyways. You get about 2 per average per every 10 times, so it's 13. You would need to pull 13 times, and of course, the SRs are accounted for in the same 10 times, so not super bad there. So we need 20 here, so 2, right? No, that's average cards till. No, you get 6 on average. Oh, that's not right. Okay. So that's 20 divided by 6. So that's like 3.5 or something goofy. Oh well. Plug it in the calculator. So we have 20 divided by 6, and that's 3.3333. Yeah. So we'll just put in 3.3. And I'm noticing I put this too far on this side. Alright, I'll bring it back over. Okay. We'll just keep going from here. Sure. So that's glorious. Now we have the numbers. So if you pull exactly perfectly, it would take you 13, which is translated to gems, that's 13,000. 13,000 gems in order to build the deck you want. So that's great if you can manage this, I guess. The 3.3 is pretty irrelevant to the 13 because you'll still need to do all the pulls to get these anyways. This also is the kind of calculation you would use if all of the cards you got were actually just all in the same pack. And they're not. But still not the worst thing in the world. Like, a lot of the cards you generally will need are probably in the same pack, but whatever. But for example, if you want to play Therion, you'll probably play the adventure package with your Therion, so that's not in the same pack. Oh, and I haven't even shown you guys the slaughter yet. The horrible, horrible time you'll be having with making selection pack decks. So, actually, there are 13 URs in this. 13. So, the odds of getting a UR you want, we already did that calc a bit. So, we used this number here, 4. So, it's not 4 here, it's 13. Yeah. So we take 2.5 and divide it by 13, and we get the magical number of... What even is this? Can I copy and paste? Hell yeah, I can. Alright. We have 0.19230766923. So about, if you round it up, it's like 0.2. Which is 3 times less than this. And then, so if we do the calculation for this, we'll just round this number up to 0.2 for the calculation, although we actually don't really have to, I guess. Let's see. Well, I guess we can use this number. But whatever. So let's use the number, I guess. So what is this? We have to divide. Do we divide? No, don't we multiply actually by 100? Yeah. We take that number, we multiply it by... Is it 100? No, that's not how I did those calcs, right? Or was it? No, I didn't do it like that. Of course not. Yeah, so my pre-brain is really acting up right now. Retracing the steps. 2.5, how did I get 40? It's 100 divided by this. Oh, yeah, there we go. So it's 100 divided by this number. Okay. And that... Ah, I see. A mere 520 cards. So, whatever. And then we divide 520 by 80. 6.5. And now that I'm thinking about it, we can say the calculations are actually all half wrong. Because half of the cards are in Master Pack, right? So, Master Pack, yes. And then the other is the pack you're pulling on, so we'll just put Secret Pack here. And then there's technically, like, for the most part, a 50-50, you know? Like, of your URs being Secret or Master Pack. So, the actual odds of pulling the exact card you want is actually half of everything I put in, actually, now that I think about it. But you also have the chance to pull the same exact card from the Master Pack, but pretty much should not happen because the odds are, like, really low. We can check, actually, though. Map. Let's go ahead. Cards included in this pack. Actually, for the selection packs, specifically, there is no Master Pack. So, you have that going for you at least, right? it's only selection, right? Oh yeah, it is. Right. That's how it works. But if we go look at voice crack, sorry. Secret packs. What are the odds of getting a single Link Karibo out of, let's see, 803? So, let's say you're looking for a single card, a UR card, in the Master Pack. 1 out of 803. Well, we just do 1 divided by 803, I believe, and that's right. And we have 0.00 this number. So, yes, this. This number right here, lovely number. Whatever this number is. This is the odds of pulling, like, one specific card, one specific UR from the Master Pack. Because there are a lot of UR cards in the Master Pack, of course. Or, Master Pool, I guess. Master Pack Pool? I don't know. Awkward to say. Anyway. Then your secret pack is basically the rate is actually half of what I said. So, rough. So I guess 0.625 here would be like 0.3125, which is pain, I guess. Like something like this. Actually, it's like, is it this? Maybe it's not, but it's around here. It wouldn't be too far off. Is my math this bad? This too, I'm too brain rotted for this, but I think all these calcs are mostly correct. But I will double check this number. Oh, okay. I'm not stupid. Huzzah. Anyways, so glorious number, 0.3125 chance. So it's you basically you can just double that number. So 320. You would need to open 320 cards actually to, in theory, get the card you need, unless you want to also calculate for getting the card you need through Master Pack, which is just like no, basically. But let's do the calc in case you guys were wondering. So we have 0.0012443300. Yeah, it's a long number. So we basically take that, and that's a percentage, right? So it's 100, I believe. Divided by this got off a number, whatever. Ah, yes, it would take 80,300 pulls. Well, I'll just move this here so it looks nicer. Okay, so we have this glorious number now. If I could select it. Yeah. Alright. This is about, you know, just about the amount of pulls you would need to pull a specific UR from Master Pack. A mere 80,300 cards, which is, if you divide that by 80, well, let's just do this quick. Divided by 80. And then it's 1,003. So about 1,003 or so. 0.75. We'll just throw that in. I can't help it. 1,003.75 pulls, 10 times pulls, which amounts to this times 1,000 for 1,003 750 gems. So, or no, how many zeros is this? 1, 2, 3. Ah, 1,000,000 actually. 1,003,750 gems to, if you were just pulling in the master pack to get the specific card you want from the master pack. This is on average how much it should take, I think. Something around this. Just a small amount of gems, you know? No big deal. But, I mean, of course. Why would you? Wait, didn't I do it? Yeah, I won't think on that too much. But just requires a small amount of luck or inefficient spending. Very cool. Just to double check. Yeah. Pretty bad, pretty rough. So, do we need to do this calc as well? I guess, what was this, like 4? I don't need a calculator for this one. 4. Or 10 times pulse. Which is significantly not as bad as this. Like, ugh. Buddy. Anyways, with that out of the way, this is just with average luck. We haven't begun to calculate bad luck. Now that's the crazy part. So every single time you pull from, well, what you pull, right? There's a chance to get no URs, right? So no UR, sad, unlucky. The odds for that, don't want to bother calculating it, but pain. Then next pull, you have, yay, 100% pull UR. You're guaranteed a UR. Isn't that great? Now, what is the worst possible case? Well, it's not actually just an 100% for a UR. It's 100% for a pack UR, actually. The secret or selection, whatever the hell. It doesn't really matter. So, yo, no way, dude. 100% right. Yeah, but that's only if you get no UR, right? But, so, if we're calculating here, let's start off with thinking a bit. What's the worst pull possible? You pull a completely dead card from the secret pack. That's probably the actual worst. Or you just pull from the master pack constantly and you never get the UR from your pack. Let's see. We'll go with you just keep pulling a single card from the master pack that you don't need to build your deck with. So in that case, for every, like, 26 cards here, we need 3 times the amount of cards. So that's a mere, let's see, 60. I'll just get the calculator. I'm feeling too dumb for this calc. You guys can do it in your head. Good job. What number did I say? Damn, I'm lost. 3, of course, 3. 26 multiplied by 3. That is 78. I was most of the way there. Okay. And then for this, irrelevant, we don't care. But it's possible to just get 1. You get 1 per pack. Oh, no. The SR luck could be pretty bad. So, you're always guaranteed at least 1 SR every pack, unless it's actually a UR at the end. So, now that I'm thinking about it, the worst possible outcome is, like, for example, you're building Zombie World, right? And let's say you're pulling Horrendous. Like, there are a lot of cards in this pack, but yeah. How many people want heroic, like, all or heroic envoy or whatever? Let's go with just saying, like, no, heroic envoy. You just get heroic envoy and heroic envoy, and then that's your final card every single time you have 0 SRs. Your final card and your only card that is not a normal or rare card. Every single pull is going to be that card, like a card you don't need, like heroic envoy. Or for another example, we'll just go with, I don't know, like Aventred Savior, but just over and over and over again. Forever. There's no escape. That is the only card you're pulling. So, of course, you dismantle your Aventred Saviors, which you, of course, got no royals or foils, because, no, your pulls are awful, bro. Anyway, back to here. So, literally, you can require, I don't know. What's the symbol for infinity? It's like a sideways 8. We'll just, because I don't have, like, I can't do that on my keyboard. 8. But we'll put in brackets infinity. It's sideways infinity. Yeah, sure. It just takes a sideways infinity amount of pulls for you to get the SRs you actually need to build your deck. Because you will never be able to pull. It is actually possible, technically, to never be able to pull the SRs you need to make your deck because of this. Although it's like, you would have to be like the most unlucky man in like the universe, basically. Or like the multiverse. It's like pretty bad. But technically not impossible, although improbable. Big yucky. So what are these for again? I don't remember. So we'll just go back down here. So, no yours? Sad. Okay, so let's go, let's see, down here? Down here is fine. Alright. So you need to pull 78 cards, URs, so that's 78 pulls. Great. 78 pulls. Ain't that fun. So that's 78,000. You have to spend 78,000 gems just to make your deck, in this case. 78,000. Just a small amount, and this is, you're more or less crafting every single UR you need in your deck, and you just have no SR cards because, no, you don't. You can still at least craft all your normal and rare cards, so that's lovely. Smiley face. Yo. Normal and rares. Oh boy, that's all you're pulling. But in theory, you could be pulling 0 rares actually and just all normal cards if you want to say that's the actual worst possible outcome. That also improbable, but you can pull, just imagine just a single UR at the end, and then the rest of your cards are all normals. And nothing but normals. That would be a shame to be you, but 78. Now that's surely pain. But these calcs, keep in mind, I still haven't done like the complete calculations on all of these, because on average you do get like about two URs. You should about 2 URs per 10 times, right? So the calculation is for this one, like here, it's not completely accurate because you should be pulling other URs and you should be able to craft URs because you're pulling some out of the pack, or some URs you don't want that you can dismantle or whatever and then craft back into the URs you want. But for the express purpose of this video, we're not going to consider crafts, like, except for here. We're going to calculate like being forced to craft versus just pulling everything you need. So, of course, it's sometimes smarter to do your pulls and then craft certain cards because of obviously these calcs, right? In this case, those calcs will become true, right? Depends on the situation a bit, but I think these values still have some use. But, you know, just requiring a mere 78 pulls of all more or less guaranteed URs. Glorious. But this is accounting for just sideways infinity, you know? You just don't get any of your cards that you want, right? So, accounting back to the other thing. So, for example, let's say you want to build Sky Striker, because, sure, yes. But you keep pulling only one UR card, and that UR card is Mathmex Sigma, I guess. I think that was the card's name. The level 12 Synchro, right? So, let's say you need, I don't know, the same amount of URs, because, yes. So we'll go with 78 again, but now you require twice the amount, so a mere 148 pulls, or 148,000 gems. Wouldn't that be glorious? So, assuming you, in this case, you are now getting an SR at the end, and no URs, except for the guaranteed URs, it's going to require 148 10 times pulls. Which is great, fun, amazing. Yeah. This would be the worst luck possible, I believe. If we're looking at gems spent to like build a deck, this is a pretty horrid situation. So you pull no URs and you end up pulling the worst UR imaginable. Like, well, just a completely dead one that you can't do anything with. Might as well have come from basically the master pack. Well, I mean, some master packs are, like, cards are cool, but not for the deck you're building. It's pretty unlikely. Pretty unlikely for you to get a card that's actually useful for your deck for master pack regarding, like, URs, because URs generally, they're not as generic. Like, if we look at the whole pool, I think a lot of them are pretty non-generic, actually. For URs. Like, just by themselves. Singular. Anyway. 148 10 times pulls. 148,000 gems to build one. Get this. One deck. But you are guaranteed one SR here between every, like, 2 pulls. And then the rest are normal rares because, yes. It doesn't really matter. Let's see. Does it? The calc for this is... Okay. Actually, what is the calc for this? I'm feeling like a dumb right now. So... let's assume you're also not getting the SR you want because you have the worst luck imaginable. So you require 3 for every single card you need. So that's... for every single SR you need to craft, you'll need 3 SRs. So 60 times 2, that's 120 SRs. Well, we'll actually put it over here. 120 SR cards. So that's pain. Well, not 120 seconds, is it? Wait, it is, isn't it? What is this? No, wait, did I do the calculations wrong? Let's see. No, wait, you're pulling cards you don't want, and then you have to turn 3 of them into this. And you're pulling every 2, actually. So I did the calc right here. So, did I do it right? 60? No, yeah, it's 120. We're good, we're good. I'm not that dumb, right? So you need to make a 20 card deck, you need to pull like 120 times with the worst possible luck, I believe, right? Is it 120? Wait, you're pulling every 2 times. Yeah. I think I got it right here. Yeah, that's how I calculate it. Okay. I'm having a meltdown here. Don't worry about it. So, 120 pulls. So, that'll be finished alongside your 148 UR pulls anyways. 148,000 gems. So this is just assuming if you have the worst luck possible, so on the bright side, guys, now you can look at your 10 times pulls, you know. So like, let's say you pull 10,000 gems worth of packs or whatever, and you get well, let's say, I don't know, 7, 8, I don't know, like 10 is pretty average, honestly, for this. Actually, no, it's not. 20 is average. And then, well, I'm a bit tired right now, but you pull 6 on average here, so that should be 60. So if you pull around 20 URs and 60 SRs, that's just average. You're not unlucky, you're just not lucky. Yep. And I think that's about mostly it. But yeah, if you want to look at something, there is one calculation I haven't done, so I guess we can go through that real quick, actually. Let's go ahead. Back here. Alright. So as mentioned before, there are 13 UR cards actually in the selection pack, and they're all from the selection pack whenever you pull from here, right? You don't pull from the master pack at all when you pull from selection, actually. So regarding some stuff, you're doing better, but maybe not. So, suffering time. Let's see. You have, let's say we want to build, I don't know, let's say Therion here. You don't really need this guy too bad, so we'll ignore him. So we need Regulus, Endless Engine Argyro System, and Therion Disc Coliseum. So if you look at that, that's, well, this is about, let's see, well, actually, let's include this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 URs out of the 13. So that's about, I'll pull out the calculator. I won't bother. 13. And then we have the 4. 13 out of 4. Okay. I think I might have done the calc wrong. The number I'm getting isn't right. 13 divided by 4, 3.25. Is that right? Well, I guess because there's 3 of them, actually. Huh. Well, as you can see, I'm getting tired and my math is actually getting worse the longer we go on. But let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Divided by 32.5? Is that more accurate? 13 divided by 4. That doesn't sound right. For what I want to calculate. Is it? Well, as you can see, I'm having a mental breakdown now. Haha. Anyway. Let's see. Yeah, it should be about, I don't know, like 32.5, I guess, probably is the more accurate number. 32.5% chance to get any of these cards, you know. Isn't that right? Or is it not? Yeah, about, sure. About 1/3 of them, approximately, anyways, are the Therion cards. As far as the URs go. And there are no Master Pack URs, so That's pretty cool. But if you, of course, after you pull 3 of any card, like let's say you have 3 of Disco Coliseum, then every single Disco Coliseum you get after this is just dust. So, that's tragic. So you still want to pull like the exact card you need as well. So the calculation for that is just too rough for me to do right now because my brain is like completely fried, but I will take a shot at it. It'll probably be very wrong. And I've just been having a mental breakdown over here pretty much. But alright, let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards, so let's say you get 3 copies of this within your like first few pulls, and then you get like, okay, you just keep getting this Coliseum. That would be pretty tragic. Actually, was that even what I was supposed to be calculating? I forgot what I was calculating. I think I was supposed to calculate something completely different, but as you can see, the calculations get pretty complicated the more factors you start accounting for. Like, for example, there's no master pack here, so we're all these cards are guaranteed, like, to come from the, selection. So, let's just head back to the spreadsheet for a while. I feel safe here. Alright. So, let's see. You pull 20 cards, of course. So, about if we have even distribution of your cards, let's see, you would logically pull about 30% for the Libromancer, Root Scavenger for boost. Yep. Okay, so you would have all of these cards. So how many cards are there? 13. So assuming even distribution, which might not happen, whatever. There are 13 cards. You have 1 of every copy here, and then you have 7 from 7 dupes of whatever. And then you have 60 cards here. Honestly, at this point, you're probably fine regarding your SR, so it's like, doesn't matter as much for the selection. Not as much in my opinion, because the new URs are usually what everyone should be looking at regarding the selections anyways. So let's go ahead and say you have the Giga Luck. Let's see, or do you? No. If we do even distribution again, we would have Therion Discoliseum, Aggro System, let's see, 7 half. So you would have, okay, so they're about 13, and 7 is about half, almost, of, I guess it's about half, almost. Yeah, so it's about 0.53. 0.53 of 13. Is that right? Yeah, looks about right. So whatever this number is, sure, I'll just put this down here. Yo, numbers. So this number, but the decimal got lost. Okay. So, about basically half. You should have 1 extra copy, assuming even distribution of like some random cards. So, let's assume half of that. So, about then you would have 2 cards, Therian cards, I guess in this case. So, like another Discoliseum or Argyro System, if that makes sense. So, you probably have. Alright. So, kind of not showing my work here, but like 2 of this, 2 of that, and then, yeah, 1 of, and then like 1 of, which is most of what you need to build the deck, so if you have some UR saved up and you spend about 10,000 gems, it should, and on average get pulls that look something like this, like 2 of one the UR card you need from archetype, which we can replace the name for of these with like anything, like Deus Mechanex, Rite of Aramasir, whatever. It doesn't matter. So you should pull 2 of like some UR card that you probably need, well, from the archetype you're pulling for, I guess, and then like something like this, I guess. So what is this? All right, this is 6 cards. Getting about 6 cards with like really average luck, I guess, from the archetype you wanted to pull on. That's about what I think you should be getting around. These are like pretty much guesstimations. It's not exact math, but like it should be around here somewhere, these numbers. Not completely incorrect. Took me a while to get there, and I had to dumb down my calculations for myself and make it a bit less accurate, but what can you do? I'm not a statistician. Uh, I'm not a probability kind of guy, you know. I don't calculate probability that much. I mean, I have a general idea of how much, like, probability there is, you know? Like, I can do, like, kind of basic math here, you know? Like, I guess. But then in that case, like, let's say we have bad, like, I'd say relatively bad ratios. Like, let's say we have 1 of Regulus, 1 of this Colosseum, 2 of a regular, 2 of our Gyro system. Still not the best. So you still need some decent luck on selection. So even if you have 10,000 saved up, you need to get a little bit lucky to build what you need. But of course, that's why you have your UR saved up to craft like the cards you're missing. Of course, you don't necessarily want to do that. You'd rather save up your UR and then just craft like what you need, because generics already, like the generic stuff you need to make, it costs a lot, and there are different generics you would use for like different decks. Like, I don't know, like some deck you might need like 3 of Lightning Storm, because it really synergizes really well with like your deck list. But this video took longer than I thought, so I hope you guys enjoyed. And I hope this math was fun for you guys, or maybe horrifying. I mean, this number here. That's a bit horrifying. This one's a bit horrifying too. 1,003,750. I guess we round up 1,400,000 or 1,004,000 gems to pull a single UR you want from the master pack. Of course, you at least do get URs like just from pulling anyways. So you could have crafted that card like in, I don't know, bad luck 6,000 gems, but like if we had no crafting, break down into tiers, boys. I'm not sure if I really did all of these calculations completely correct, but I'm pretty sure a lot of them should be mostly correct. So I think the most useful stuff here is this stuff. So the best usage you can use with this information is just to calculate, kind of like approximate like your pulls ahead of time, to know when to pull, when not to pull, when you should pull, when you shouldn't pull, of course. So of course normal rare doesn't really matter that much after a certain point, of course. You can, like, by now I have like over 100,000 normal and rare crafting essence or crafting dust, whatever. So I can just make like any rare or normal I want, even in foil if I really wanted, with decent luck, I believe, right? Oh, hold up a second, and let's see. Alright. Oh, I was on the wrong scene. Alright. So you have a 10% chance to get glossy, 1% to get a royal, so... 1 in 100. So if you craft about 100... Well, I guess we'll throw in some royal math here. So about for every 100 yours you craft, one of them would be royal, on average. Assuming you have, like, completely average luck, of course. 2.5% chance to pull, but we'll focus on craft. So to craft 100, you would need 30 times 100, which is 3,000. 3,000 UR dust to make one. Approximately, almost. Well, not quite, because you can dismantle cards as well. But assuming we don't need to worry about a glossy finish, how much is that actually? I'm not sure. But either way, it's still a crap ton of dust, isn't it? Maybe with about, like, I don't know. Let's take a random number and say about 1,800 dust. 1,800 euro dust probably converts to about, like, 1 royal. Assuming you have, like, average luck. It's probably around that, I would guess. But anyways, back to you. So, these numbers here. These ones are probably the most important takeaway. I wouldn't focus on the rest of these numbers that much. This is just for funsies, I guess. You're kind of suffering if you get this bad of luck, though. Like, 148,000 pulls. If you wanted to calculate alongside this, like, how many months it would take for you to grind this many gems, buddy. This is without considering that there's like a 10,000 free gem limit, I believe. Paid gems might go over 10,000, whatever. Then this could take years to grind, maybe. Or maybe a year or two, I'm not sure. Didn't actually do the calculations, and I won't. Anyway, so using these numbers, you can plan accordingly for, like, if you think you'll be able to get the cards or not, and you can use the well, it depends on how much dust you have, but you can use that with this to see how much it would take, like, around how much it would take you to, like, make a deck or something like that, or how you well, just getting pulls, I guess, whatever. But let me think for a second. You probably average 8,000 gems per month, I'd say. Well, I am doing the calculations now. 8,000 times 12 per year, 96,000. I see. I'll just say about 2.5 years. Lovely. Not 2.5 years. 1.5 years. To make a single deck. With the worst luck possible. Well, at that point, on the bright side, my guy, if you are this guy with this worst luck possible, I can say this to you with confidence. You can at least make Recontract, and then with your Recontract or, like, Immortal Glories, one of these decks, just any structure deck. But honestly, out of the structure decks, I think this one, this one, this one, these are all pretty fun, but the best deck is probably between Magician of Pendulum or Recontract Universe. These two are probably, like, just because of the quality of the cards and what they can do and whatnot. These two are pretty good. I think if I'm looking at all of these just straight up, I think Magicians of Pendulum is probably the best one. For a variety of reasons. You can probably make a deck out of that one. And using all of the dust you'll have gotten from your guaranteed UR pulls, Hmm. You can probably make a decent, like, structure kind of deck. Well, like, a deck using the structure cards. You've got that going for you. Yay. Well, anyways, I guess that's about it. Well, I guess I didn't really account for generics and these bundle deals, but anyway. Well, actually, there's also the dual pass, I guess, but anyways, that's about it. And I'll put this back on screen for you guys if you need it. So about all of these numbers should be about right, and you can use this to plan accordingly for whenever you guys are doing your pulls. So you can also say your average if you pull around 2 euros per pack during your, well, of course, when you average it out, like you get 1 here, 3 here, 1 here, 0, 4, whatever. You take all those, average them out, and if it averages higher than 2, below 2, whatever, you're unlucky, lucky, or average. A little lucky, whatever. Now we got a number for it, and for SOs as well, if that matters to you, but most people focus on URs anyways, so. Anyways, now we can tell if you're unlucky or lucky. And I'll end the video at here, or end the video here. It's been a long time. I've been recording for a while. Bye.